Hello there on a snowy day in January, and welcome to Custom Home Builder Solutions, also known as CHS, a job costing, full accounting, and profit management software for the professional home builder. This video is going to be a continuation in a series of videos about change orders, and I'm going to click the change orders button here on this window. What this video is going to be about is posting if you collect for each change order and receive a payment from the customer separate from draw requests, etc. in CHS. This video is going to be about posting those payments for individual change orders. Now you'll see in some following videos about how I'm suggesting if you're doing cost plus jobs, etc., how you can mark change orders as paid even though you're drawing for the whole amount of them in one cost plus markup or cost plus builder fee draw, and perhaps a percent complete draw. You might be getting the entire draw, and that includes change order amounts, and you'll see that in the following videos. But like I said, this will just be a simple video about as if you received a check for a change order or a couple of change orders and post them on the deposit window. I'm going to select our demo job right here on this menu, and I'm going to open the COs and payments database for this job. What this lists is all the records related to the change order, and you can see there's change order number 1, number 2, number 3, and these are lines that we put on the change order to the different cost codes that were being affected by these change orders in previous videos. And you can see that this says COs and payments, and there's been no payment so far, so this total, once there's been a payment, will show 0, and it will show a payment line here. And I'll come back to this window and show you how that happens. Let's play like we're going to get a payment for change order number 1 and change order number 2. What I'd like you to notice first of all in number 1 is we charged some sales tax to the home buyer, and we only did it on this one change order because a good lot of the time you won't be adding sales tax to a change order unless you're in a state or somewhere that's just requiring it. But I did put sales tax on this one change order just so I can demonstrate how CHS is handling that sales tax collected from the home buyer that you'll probably have to turn around and pay to your state comptroller. So I do have sales tax on this change order number 1, and we'll take a look at that. So let's close this and let's play like we got payment for those 2 change orders. So I'll go home, and where I'm going to post this is as a deposit to the bank, of course, because I'll be taking those checks to the bank. So I will add a new deposit. Let's say the customer maybe gave us 1 check for both those change orders. So our payor is small, which is the home buyer. And since when we set up the job we attached this payor to this job, it dropped in for us, so it automatically knows it. And if I go over here to the change order section, then it will drop down and just show me change orders for the particular job that is in this field. So we're going to notice that that has the sales tax right there, so we're going to select and say they gave us this amount and this amount, that these 2 together on 1 check. So we'll select change order number 1, and I'd like you to notice that when I select this one, that a field opened up that showed this tax percent that was on that change order, and it's asking for a general ledger accounting number that I'd like to post the amount of the sales tax to, which is sales and use tax payable. If there isn't anything here and you enter a number, it will pop up and ask, let me just show you if I select a different number. I think it'll just remember. I think you mark actually a control account for sales and use tax payable, I'm sorry. So anyway, it dropped that account in, and you would assign that account in another place of the program where you're setting up control accounts. So the tax GL has dropped in, and I'm going to show you what has happened, but I'll type a description for change order 1 or something, and automatically the deposit category change order dropped in, and the GL account for change order deposits, which is under our construction liabilities section. And if you read methods of accounting, we're on the completed contract, so money we're receiving is in a construction liability section right now. And we have an account on our chart of accounts for change order deposits. And when you set up the deposit categories, you give it a default GL number to drop in. You could always change that default GL number if you need to. That will drop in. That way you don't have to think about it so much later. But the line amount, the amount of the change order was put here. The amount of it without, let me see, I think it's with the sales tax, but it knows how much of this is going to be applied to sales tax here in just a minute, and I'll show you that. So let's copy this line so we don't have to select the payer again. And let's select change order number 2. And notice it didn't open excuse me, any fields for sales tax or a sales tax GL number because it didn't detect that there was any sales tax it was going to have to take care of. I copied this line, so now I can just change this to change order number 2, and my GL's dropped in, and so this is, I look here at the deposit total, and that's the total of the check that I'm depositing from the customer. So I'll select my construction account and select today's date for the payment, and it automatically supplies the deposit ID number, the next number up. If you have some numbering system of your own, you can do that. This is not a complete video about posting bank deposits. It's just so that I can show you about posting payments for change orders individually. If you're on a fixed contract and you're collecting for change orders individually and you're not doing cost plus draw requests, etc., which I don't recommend you collect for change orders individually in that case, and you'll see that in my next videos. But I'll go ahead and submit this deposit. All of the accounting records will be posted, and if I want to see them, I can view those deposit records. And what I'd like to show you is that there were actually 2 lines made for that first change order. One for sales tax with deposit category of sales tax. CHS knew to do that, and it put it to a different account, and then it put the difference. I'm sorry, it goes upside down. So it put the difference, to the change order category in 2020. So that's just looking at the payments, and if I want a report of that, I can see a little more information about what these various things were, and I can see the whole descriptions, etc. here. All right, so what I'd like to do is, I'm kind of studying this screen. I'm going to go make this so it'll wrap so you can see the whole part of that description there. Anyway, I'm going to close this, and I'd like to go back to the change orders menu and go ahead and look at the COs and payments database one more time. And you can see now that it is showing payments, and the total of all these together, the change order and the payments, is 0. That shows you that that's been paid, and it shows you that that's been paid, etc. So you can see the payments being posted here and how they show up. If you do a change order summary by job, you'll see that for our demo job here, for these approved change orders, you'll see a column for payments and a balance of the payments. And if I view this, the approved change orders for this one job, you can also see them this way: the price, the total payments, the balance due on these 2 is 0, and there's still the balances due on these. And you can always print a report of this information if you like, that's on screen, and you can see how it's showing the payments there. You can tell that this is sales tax because there's a sales tax column going on here for when you're doing the change order, and then here's the payments. By posting that one sales tax amount to sales tax payable, it means you would probably at some point go print that account on your chart of accounts, sales tax payable, maybe print it out when you're having to do some sales tax return and pay your sales taxes, and it would give you the total amount of all entries that have been posted. If you know your accounting, that's why that happened that way. If you collect sales tax, it needs to be put into some account to pay it out later. So it's kind of handled outside of the base price of the change order. Hopefully that gives you a good idea of how you post deposits for change orders and how they will show up on various ledgers like this. I will probably come along here after I stop the video and go ahead and delete these deposits, because my next videos are going to be about posting and receiving the money as part of some draw requests. Thank you for watching.